Previously on the Vampire Diaries.
Slow it down. Sipping on propane. Sipping on propane. Sipping on.
Have you had any blackouts? Instances of lost time?
Listening to scissor, yeah, sipping on some scissor, riding with Rodrigo while she's driving through the suburbs. Jeremy's ghost exes, right? Sending him ghost Texas. I bet before they left he got to get him some ghost beat. Okay, let's go. Pour out the brothers bond. Season 4's coming on. Ashley P chop it up about what's going on. Devin is 8 for B, trying to kill OGs. Tyler hybrid side. Caroline turns 18. Here comes season 4. Someone bolt the door. Get the diary out. It's time for fan meeting now. Woo!
All it's best you had to drop a human blood. Since a knife running drive a lane off of a great bridge.
Hello, welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast, where a guy is watching the series for the first time with a superfan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular Petey. Let's just say I put the Petey in Vampire, but please call me Pete. I'm here with my co-host and co-parent, Ash. Ash, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I am doing well. All right, now that we got that out of the way, we may be done.
All right, thanks for listening.
Ash, have you done anything vampiric in the past week or so? Seen any vampire? Anything?
I feel like I did. Did I? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm staunchly out of spooky season for right now. I broke my brain with 2 months of probably 40 horror movies, and I'm trying to watch not horror stuff besides Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, I feel like I saw something, but I don't remember.
Oh, good stuff. Kevin Williamson. You know what? Okay, did we already talk about Urban Legend?
I don't know if we did on the pod.
I don't even know if that was a Kevin. I don't think it was a Kevin Williamson. But that was very much in the Scream vein.
Yeah, it came out around then too, when the OG Scream came out.
Mm-hmm. We have a Pacey in there.
It was a Blockbuster classic rental.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. It was good. And they kind of did find a way to shoehorn those urban legends in there. Mm-hmm. Because you would think that they wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, just having like the different deaths, even though Scream isn't like, that's not their thing necessarily, but there's always a different surprising way that you can find someone dead.
Mm-hmm. Well, Scream, the thing that's unique about it is sort of the reveal at the end.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's always some kind of twist. Who was it? Who was involved?
Which Urban Legend had that as well. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, that's a good use of, like, here's, like, 15 stories. How are we going to pack them all in? It's like, oh, because the killer is doing them for the reason that we find out at the end.
Yeah.
The person is killed by a thing. So it makes sense.
Yeah, it's a good story. And, even though it's, like, dated because it was in the probably early 2000s, I guess.
Oh, no. That was like a 98, maybe.
Okay, late. Okay. Well, that's really close to early 2000s.
Yeah.
But it still holds up, I would say.
I think it is fun. I think it's fun. I think it's better than one or two of the Screams, maybe. It's not, like, better than Scream 1.
No, definitely not.
That might be better than one of those. And, Ash, we are already making our list for next season, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I saw that Chucky show.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I think I want to watch that. I used to be really scared of Chucky. I watched the movie probably way too young and then was teased by the members in my family.
Yep.
Like brothers will do.
And fathers.
Uh-huh. And so then I was too scared and I was like, I never want to watch this ever again. But then I saw the preview for the show, and I was like, you know what? This doesn't actually look too scary. I'm probably not scared of dolls anymore as
the doll doesn't look as scary as the OG.
It doesn't, which is good for me.
Yeah. Oh, but hey, speaking of linking up horror properties, Devon Sawa.
Oh, yeah, right.
Let's not say old Devon Sawa, but Groans Devon Sawa. He's probably in his 40s or so. Mm-hmm. He's in the Chucky. And Ash.
He's the Final Destination guy.
On Kill Streak. All right, shout out to the pod Kill Streak, our friends Eric and Mike over at Kill Streak. they're doing Final Destination. The Final
my
Destinations
God.
right now, which I love the Final
We've
Destinations.
seen those a bunch.
Yes. Yeah, so I might have to send Eric a message that pop on over there, but
Yeah, that'd be fun.
they just did 2. I already listened to them do 1. I need to listen to 2. Spoilers for Final Destination 2 for a second, and 1 ostensibly. But all right, so in Final Destination 2, Devon Sawa's character isn't in it, but like at one point, Ali Larder is just looking in the newspaper, and it's like man hit by brick, and that's how Devon Sawa, he survived the whole movie just to get killed so terribly.
Oh my gosh.
Which I hope that Eric and Mike cover that extensively over there.
Yeah, I actually do not remember that, but I'm sure we talked about it 100 times.
Yeah. Well, they always have the great opening scenes.
They have the best
Destination.
opening scenes of all horror movies, I'd say.
Whoa, that's a bold claim.
It is, because you're like watching it and then you get in it and then you're like, oh my gosh, this gruesome murder. And even though you've seen, or gruesome death, but even though you've seen Final Destination, you're like, here comes another one, but you get so engrossed in it that you forget that it's just the opening, and then the rewinds and you're like...
It doesn't rewind. It just goes to the survivors.
It goes to the title card.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
And then the survivors have to...
Figure it out. But like you forget that that's just like its own... It's like a short story almost.
Yeah, it's a great cold open. And then each movie, the survivors have to figure out. They have to go to the World Wide Web, and it's like, did you hear of Flight 180? Yeah, it says that they died in the order that they would have died. Okay, cool. Now we can do the plot of this movie.
Right, and then they have to like map it out.
We just restated with the first one.
I like that it has some like engineering aspect to it though, because it's like especially the roller coaster one. They're like, okay, if you were sitting in this seat, then you would probably. They have to figure it all out. So
yeah,
I like it. It's a little bit like mystery-ish in a way.
Yep, meets a Rube Goldberg.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Was that around? I think at least the first 1 or 2 predates Saw. So Saw owes
Oh yeah.
a lot to these FDs. And then that's another wacky timeline series.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Final Destination and Fast and Furious have some wacky timelines going
Well, this episode of Vampire Diaries had a little bit of a wacky time.
All right, we can talk about this show. There's Fast 5. There's Final 5 destination with the 5 and as the S maybe, or maybe it was just the final. Anyway.
I was trying to transition us away, and now you're going back.
The 5. I know the 5 is what I'm saying. Which hey. Season 4, episode 4, The 5? Mm-hmm. Give me another episode. Make it episode 5, The 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, if y'all want us to just talk Final Destination and Fast and Furious, which, hey, that'd be
You would be the expert, and I would not.
FD, X, F, and F? I don't know. Anyway, all right, Ash is mad at me. The weird recap on Peacock was a little less weird. It kind of had the, I live in this town, and he jumps off the roof. But then it did cut to like, and I am a vampire now.
Yeah, it is like, and this is my. It's weird that Elena's in that opening, like her voice.
Yeah, and they're still talking to us. Mm-hmm. Which, hey, they can talk to us.
It's just weird.
Cold open, Ash. 1110 AD.
I'm like, how do you say this? 1110? 1110?
1000. The year 1110. Shirtless buff guys. And a crazy haired lady, which there's a sentence later that explains this in a very good way.
Yeah.
I think I wrote it
This
down.
is just your observation.
Yeah, but yeah, the witch's dying breath. Let me know when we get to there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. As something's happening, she's probably speaking in Latin or whatever. Tattoos go up their arms, and they have cool swords. And that's about it. It's like 30 seconds long.
That's true. Very accurate.
All right. Show proper. Damon took, I guess, they're at the mansion. The Day Mansion.
That's the new name for it.
Or the Stefan Dominium.
Stefan Dominium. Oh my god.
Are you mad this episode?
No.
I'm just having fun. We've only just begun, Ash.
I know. My back hurts a little bit, I'll be honest. I feel a little bit uncomfortable sitting in this chair.
All right, I'll just give you a massage later. All right. Damon took stuff from Connor Jordan's RV. He doesn't know at this point that Klaus kept CJ alive.
Right, yeah, he's like, rest in peace.
He does some exposition with Stefan. Tells Stefan that Connor was one of the 5, but Stefan doesn't know the 5 either. But then Forbes calls Damon on the phone, and he's like, what? No way. And he's got a mid-2000s shag, Ash.
Yeah, he does.
He's growing
it's
like
long.
a lacrosse bro shag.
And they find out that Connor Jordan is alive because there's no body, nothing.
They didn't find his teeth.
No body, nothing.
No body, nowhere. Damon says that Stefan and him are in a fight, and Stefan says, we're not in a fight, but I'm always going to be mad at you.
When he said that, I thought it was so ridiculous. It makes no sense. We're not in a fight, but I'm always going to be mad at you. Always mad, Stefan, really?
Yeah, I think I'd rather be in the fight and not be, like, until you're not
Until
mad.
it's over, yeah.
Don't go to bed angry. Stefan goes to bed angry every single night.
He's just like, I'm fine with just being mad at you about this forever.
All right, Ash. There was some Final Destination-esque confusion timelines going on here.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so Damon says that he's taking Elena to college, a.k.a. snatch, eat, erase.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that what I gathered from that when I stopped thinking silly thoughts was that he was going to take her to vampire college and like teach her the ropes.
Right.
And
That's how he poses it at first.
But then hard cut to Elena and Stefan in the woods doing the thing that Damon said I, in my mind, was going to do.
Yeah, because they were like having a training session.
With like shooting arrows at each other.
Yeah, vampire defense class.
Yes.
But it's like, okay, you're doing vampire college with Damon and then vampire defense class with Stefan with no explanation, and you just cut from one scene to the next. Right.
And then it turns out Damon is just literally taking Elena to
a college.
A college like Wichita College. We'll get there. I don't know.
He's
real college.
Taking her. They're like jumping on Bonnie's trip. Like Bonnie was going to go to. Yeah. They're like, well, we're going to go and just kind of learn how to drink blood on this trip that Bonnie's going on.
Yeah. Nothing like learning how to drink blood on a road trip, I guess. I don't know, but...
No, it's kind of like if I'm sure you did this, like visited someone at college, like maybe your brother or whatever, and you're like, all right, here's the chance to like really party and do it up.
Oh, yeah. I remember playing beer pong and then going to see Jim Brewer.
There you go. That's the same thing as learning how to suck necks.
It really was. All right, but so in this scene where they are in college in quotation marks in the woods with Stefan, Elena says that she can't drink animal blood or blood from a bag, only from a vein. Yeah. And I said from Matt's main vein. His neck.
I know.
Okay.
In this scene in the woods when Elena and Stefan are like whoosh fighting, but then like being flirty and like talking and then looking loving at each other, but then fighting a little bit, remind me of Bros, the two love interests fight.
Yeah, we just watched Bros.
Hooking up.
Yeah.
It just was similar.
It was, yeah. It didn't remind me of that. Wait, did we see this before Bros? No, we saw Bros and then that.
Well, one reminded me of the other.
Totally.
They're similar.
Yeah, they are. And I am refraining from... All right. A lot of sucking in both, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, Caroline is a genius at self-control, Stefan says.
Yeah, that's just a throwaway line because they're like, why isn't Caroline helping you?
Yeah, because in all these shows, they have to like have reasons for every single thing. Otherwise, the audience and podcasters who are rewatching the show will poke holes in
Yeah.
it. But sometimes it just is
otherwise-
like, it kind of makes it random. Like, why are we bringing up Caroline?
Yeah, it sounds random, but they have to like eliminate her as an option because otherwise it's like Elena doesn't have to choose between one of the guys. She can just be with Caroline.
So that leaves Stefan to do it, or that leaves Damon to actually do the blood part.
Yeah.
But Elena wishes it could be Stefan. Elena is for real going to college on a trip with Bonnie because the professor who took over Graham's classes invited Bonnie.
Right.
Which, let's just jump ahead and then we'll go back and blah,
Sure,
blah.
sure.
So this professor invites Bonnie. Bonnie goes and sits in his class. And then, like, Damon and Elena get in trouble in the class, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then Bonnie doesn't really even talk to him until she sees him at a frat party and then goes to his office.
I think, I'm trying to remember timeline. I think she goes to the office twice, or maybe we just see him in his office the first time.
Well, one time we see him with the tat on the wall, and one time she has the first edition of Cujo. And
Yeah. I think you're right. I think she sees him, like they really get to chat at the party, and then later she goes to the office. But it's like, why are you at this party, frat bro teacher guy?
that's got to be unethical.
Right.
All right, we'll get there.
Okay.
I said that was all confusing. Okay.
It was confusing. They did not do a good job of setting it up.
There must have been some reason they needed to shoot Buddy all in one day, or who knows. I don't know. All right. Matt is at the grill. Rebecca shows up. She bought him a new truck, which we never see this truck.
We never see the truck.
If you're going to say I bought you a brand new truck, we need to see the truck.
Especially later, he's like, I'm keeping the truck. We could see him just like drive away in the truck.
Yes, and we
Anything.
know that they have product placement with Ford. We've
Right.
seen Expeditions, Escapes, Fiestas.
Yeah, they really set up this truck and let us down.
Yeah, I wanted to... Let me see the truck! Okay, Klaus is just sitting there mean mugging.
Yeah, so Rebecca's trying to make it up to Matt because she likes Matt and he's mad at her because she killed Elena.
Yeah.
It was like, you really think a truck is gonna fix Matt's perception of you? Like, he's not that kind of guy.
Well, I don't know, Ash. I've heard some country songs that sound like this exact scenario. And they seem fine, right?
You killed my girlfriend, made her into a vampire.
But then you bought me a truck and it was all good. Right?
Now we're square.
Klaus is not leaving town. The Brotherhood of the Five still exists.
This is the first time they said the whole full name. They've just been calling it the Five of the Five.
Yeah, Klaus is just doling out information at need-to-know basis.
He wants to be needed and liked, so he's like, gives these little nuggets of information, so people are like, what? Tell me more about that. He's like, oh, you want to know more? Okay, here.
Gosh.
And he just does it repeatedly throughout the whole entire episode.
He's so insecure and needy.
Yes, 100%.
And Rebecca says she doesn't care about Klaus or the Five.
She's lying, but that's what she says.
Cut to college.
This scene is so silly. It made me literally LOL.
Yeah, Damon drives right into the quad and parks with no other cars around. He just parks like
He's like driving on a sidewalk,
where
basically.
kids would just walk. Yeah.
Have you ever been to any college campus in your life? Unless you're like an emergency vehicle or maybe someone who cuts the grass or whatever. Like, you don't just drive your car on the sidewalk. You go park in some faraway parking lot or faraway parking garage.
Oh my gosh.
Or you sit there for hours trying to get a spot and hope you're not late for class.
Yeah, you have to, if the parking garage is full, you do a couple laps, go park down by Bill Bateman's.
And it could be all the way across campus. Mm-hmm. Does Bill Bateman still exist?
I don't know.
If it does, we need to go.
We should go. Elena says she may not be going to college anymore, Ash.
Yeah. That's so silly.
I think they just said it so Damon could say he went plenty of times to college and he had a thing for sorority girls, and then he looks at a butt.
Yeah. It's for the joke, but I think I've said this before in another season that I would love to go to college as a vampire. Because you get to just keep learning and having fun. I loved college so much.
Also, talk about, like, what's it called when you study all night? Talk about studying all night. What is it?
Wait.
Is that even...
Cramming or something?
Yeah.
Late night cramming? Yeah. I don't even know.
No. Pulling an all-nighter. Talk about pulling an all-nighter. For them, it's pulling an all-dayer.
Right. And night.
And night.
There's vampires who are up all night all the time.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about pulling
It's
an
the
all-nighter.
reverse.
Yeah,
It's the reverse for them.
well, but a vampire going to college, talk about pulling an all-nighter. That's just a good joke right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Now you say it like that, it makes more sense.
That's a tweet right there. The professor. Okay, so Bonnie, Elena, Damon. Mm-hmm. He's from Nolans. Remember that? Mm-hmm. They're in the class. What? This is intro to Vamp 101.
Witchery, spooky things class. I don't think they even say.
He's talking about witches. Uh-huh. He loves them. Bonnie and Elena say he's hot. Mm-hmm. He's talking about witches being in charge of everything. Uh-oh.
In charge of vampires and doppelgangers.
Yeah, even doppelgangers, he says, and ghosts and stuff, but even doppelgangers. Like, okay, yeah, the classic Universal monsters. Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein, doppelgangers.
I know, but he does list a vampire, doppelganger, and a witch, and that's who is sitting together in the...
Exactly.
Audience? What do you call it when you sit in those classes?
The student body. Or just like your class, I don't know.
In the seats?
The pupils?
No, not who the people are. The area in which you sit.
Classroom?
Not in it. Not when it's like in a... A classroom is just like a flat. But when it's elevated like that, it has a different name. Mm-hmm. Right?
Lecture hall?
No, okay. That's better.
All right, thanks. Elena wonders if she's a ripper.
Yeah.
And then she farts, and she's like, I am.
But what
That's a scary movie joke.
What a ridiculous, wonder.
But she probably is. It seems like she is.
But out of, all of the vampires she knows and has met, how many of them have been rippers? Only Stefan.
Yeah, but if you know a ripper, you're like, yeah, maybe I'm a ripper. I don't know.
I don't know.
I know 10 vampires, one's a ripper. I have a 10% chance of ripping it.
I feel like you're like, oh, you have a gluten allergy? I wonder if I do. It's like...
Well, in L.A.
Right. I feel like it's just now it's trendy to be a ripper. And be like, oh, is it me?
Exactly. Well, she's a basic B in a lot of ways. She's like, oh, I'm with these college girls. Am I a ripper? Damon is telling Elena who to feed on. They're looking at the other students in the, what do we call it?
Lecture hall.
In the lecture hall. And they get caught by the professor, but they're like, oh, that guy won't do it because of this reason, and she won't, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. You have to be able to, trick someone into talking to you enough to be able to look at them in their eyes.
I guess.
What do you call it?
Cajole
them.
Compel them. Yeah, I'm still having trouble tricking people to look into my eyes in real life. All right, Damon says he loves...
That's a real concern I do have, remember? I talk to people all the time and they just don't even look at my face.
Well...
It's too pretty.
Mm-hmm. It's like the Medusa thing. They get rock hard.
Ew. I wasn't going
That's
there.
what Medusa.
That's not what I was saying.
Medusa turns people to stone. Is all I'm saying. No entendre.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I said it in a weirdo bro voice, but I was saying the real myth. Mm-hmm. Damon says he loves witches, and the guy agrees, like the professor agrees, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, love him.
Klaus has Connor Jordan chained up, fulfilling one of his fantasies, I believe.
And Connor Jordan's just chained up for so long and eventually starts sweating so much. If your arms are just above your head for a long time, do you just start sweating?
Probably. I feel bad for the actor of Connor Jordan in this episode. Not the most flattering ep for him. He does a lot of really cool stuff in the first couple of episodes. It's not the best one. He's just kind of like hanging there.
Yeah. I would really hate to have my arms tied up like that for so long. You would just want to be like, I want to put my arms down so bad, you know?
Oh my gosh.
To fight that urge and be like, I just want to put my arms down, but you can't. That'd be hard.
Yeah, I always feel like the first 12 hours that someone was doing this kind of thing to me, I would just take a big nap. Mm-hmm. But then after that, I'd probably get annoying.
You might be too scared to nap, though.
Too scared to nap. I don't know about that. Maybe I'd take a scared nap.
I would be like, can you just knock me out so I don't have to be a part of this?
Well, that's the thing. That's a misconception about this stuff. When you get knocked out, you kind of just black out and then wake up. Like all groggy and stuff. Like if you get knocked out for hours and hours, you're like in a coma and like your brain is failing.
Yeah, and then
so
you're
really
close to just death.
Yeah, all these movies where someone gets knocked out and then they wake up hours later, that's bad.
Yeah, they shouldn't even be functioning.
It should be like someone gets hit in the head with a pipe or whatever, and then they get knocked out, and then they wake up like, oh man, I have a concussion. Like 30 seconds later.
Yeah, a minute later.
Yeah.
That's true.
So what you said is wrong.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
But in a fantasy movie scenario,
What?
I would want to stay asleep.
Me too. I get some good Z's in. Mm-hmm. Ash, Stefan is there and wants to break Connor Jordan out. Connor Jordan can't be compelled. Did you know that?
That's what he said.
Klaus tortured him, but he didn't talk. Mm-hmm. All right. We didn't see that, but okay.
No.
Klaus and Stefan are talking about Klaus healing Elena with the werewolf venom. Again, that's new to me, the werewolf venom. We learned about that.
Yeah, you were like, I didn't know werewolves had venom.
Stefan wants to know about the Five. They were highly skilled vampire hunters in 12th century Italy. 1110. Mm-hmm. Klaus and Elijah. Okay, flashback. Klaus and Elijah. Elijah's back.
I know, we love Elijah.
We do now.
Right.
And with their long hair. Mm-hmm. Their long, fabulous hair.
We have a snoring pug, by the way.
Yep. Pug snore in the background. They watch a vampire burn in the sun.
Yep. Like a magic trick. They're like, here, and now watch this. They bring him out of a box, he just burns.
Yeah, which that is a good way to show people that vampires exist.
Yeah, that's what this guy's doing.
But it's tricky when other charlatans are going around doing stuff like that.
With their daylight rings? Or, the people that
No,
are
I'm saying like people who are just
pretending.
like, yeah, buy this snake oil because whatever.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were saying how it was tricky to know really about the vampires because there were ones in disguise.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they say. Mm-hmm. They're hanging out with the daylight rings. All right, Rebecca got with this vampire hunter with also long locks.
She fell in love. They both had the longest hair ever, and I was thinking about how messy it would have been for them to be hooking up with all their hair swooling around.
Yeah, well, these dudes, like Elijah
Swooling
and
is a real word, just so you know.
for sure. Elijah and Klaus have their blowouts or whatever. Like their hair would be matted and dirty too.
Yeah, they had like they do their hair like me. It's kind of like curled a little bit.
Mm-hmm. They get up and curl it every morning. Mm-hmm. All right, they've been around. Okay, the Five have been around for 900 years, but Connor Jordan is the first Klaus has seen since back then. Rebecca fell in love with the hunter. Mm-hmm. Right? And Klaus wants to make peace with Rebecca, but needs Stefan to get her over there. The hunter holds the answer to all your prayers. So this episode is so much like Klaus giving people errands and then saying, I'm going to tell you something and then not telling you anything.
Yeah, it's like he had 3 sentences of information and then he made people do stuff for him every 3 words.
Oh my gosh.
So then they're at the grill. It's April and Rebecca. And Matt is calling out Rebecca, saying that she doesn't have any friends. Why is she there?
But he is keeping the truck, which we don't see.
Still, we don't see the truck.
No.
Disappointing.
I want to show me the truck.
Show me the truck.
Stefan comes in and compels April. She's very wasted, like as an actor, not like she's wasted.
Yeah.
She's wasted as a person in this scene. He compels her to talk to Rebecca. And again, he says he won't forgive Rebecca, but will put what she did to Elena aside. So now he's told both Damon and Rebecca that he will not forgive them.
Forever.
And I said, all of this seems like filler while Elena is at college for whatever reason.
So she can learn how to drink blood.
I said, this is like a early mid-season, like, whatever episode.
Yeah. Well, you go to college to learn how to drink. And that's what she's doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And here we are. Elena and Damon are stalking a college girl, like out on the quad.
Yeah.
Elena asks for the reading list. She compels her, but this college girl has a little sister on her phone who's like a toddler. Mm-hmm. So that's a big difference in age of the siblings, which that happens.
I know, but also this character, she was on her phone the whole time in the class, and then she was on her phone the whole time she was walking. Mm-hmm. And then when Elena grabs her phone, she's just looking at her lock screen with the picture of her sister.
She just stares at her lock screen.
Also, people didn't look at their phones that much then.
No.
So it was weird. It seemed like out of place. Like this character was like, or maybe the actress was like, I don't know what to do. I have no lines, so I'm just going to look at my phone this whole time.
Yeah, this character was a phone freak. Elena doesn't feed on this girl because she has a little sister.
Yeah, because she doesn't want to accidentally kill her and then her sister have nobody.
Right.
Okay, she'd probably have her parents, but still.
And Damon says, why does she care? Everyone's a father, mother, sister, brother, whatever. Mm-hmm. And there's a flyer. Okay, a flyer comes into play for a murder house frat costume party. Which, Ash, I would say is unbelievable, but it's not.
It's not unbelievable, but I don't think they did a good enough job of showing this flyer.
No, it just was like murder house and then no other explanation. And then once we saw the party, you had to glean.
And then, because Damon said, are we going to be murders or victims or something like that? But they could have done a better job with this flyer, just like that one time that you never stopped talking about.
Halloween.
But yeah, the theme parties, though, I'm a fan. I like theme parties.
I like theme parties, but this is typical frat behavior where the guys are fully clothed and there's an excuse for the girls to not be fully clothed.
It's true. Sometimes the guys are not fully clothed.
Well, hey.
They like to show off their bods, too.
Yeah, toga party.
Yeah.
But usually it's like lingerie and full denim Canadian tuxedos.
And it's usually like lingerie and then like guys wear like robes or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is also gross. Mm-hmm. Or bathing suits and
snorkeling.
No. Yeah.
Deep diving.
Yeah. Or I was going to say near the equator and the Arctic.
There's a costume party that I really want to do, maybe host one day. Mm-hmm. Is dress like your spouse party. Mm-hmm. And that's so funny to me.
Yeah, we should do that. With, like, your parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to do it with a lot of, like, interesting people. It would be funny.
Mm-hmm. Ash. Rebecca sees Connor Jordan.
But then Rebecca, Stefan, and Klaus sit down for dinner.
Well, before that, Rebecca's like, what the heck is this? Are you guys fooling me? Because they said that they had one of the 5, and she just sees him strewn up, and he has no tattoos. And so that's why she's, like, so mad at first.
Yeah, and she probably knew the 5. She at least knew one of the 5.
She knew that they had the tattoos, but then he's like, it's invisible.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? And then she still, like, just sits down and has dinner. I feel like I'd be like, bye, you liar. But, yep, then they have a little thruple dinner.
An angry dinner. Flashback to 1110 or thereabouts. Alexander is the vampire hunter. All right. Okay, so this is how the 5 were created. They were bound by fire, by the last breath of a dying witch to kill vampires, which, same. And they have the ultimate weapon, and I said, is it even better than the white oak ash? Which it turns out to be the dagger.
Right.
Which you have to dip in the white oak ash.
You do. I am the ultimate weapon.
And I was like, why is this the answer to Stefan's prayers?
Yeah, Stefan is also like, why is this the answer to my prayers? I don't get it.
Let's skip the theatrics. Someone says they can't. What? Okay, they need to solve a puzzle. The tattoo is a map and only Jeremy can see it. And then they have Jeremy all of a sudden, and then Klaus takes his healing ring so he can kill him. If
he doesn't
sketch this sick tat.
I do like that Klaus is like, and Jeremy has some good artistic abilities.
But wait, okay. I was about to be like, Klaus is the horse whisperer, drawer.
Yeah. But he can't see
it.
Yeah, so he just appreciates Jeremy's artistic ability.
Yeah. I mean,
the 2 art bros.
Yeah, 2 art bros. Feel like an art bro, and right?
Yeah.
Bleachers remix.
You heard it.
I did.
Good job.
Bleachers. Everyone's like an art bro.
We love Bleachers.
We do. And sometimes when you're like a Bleachers or whatever, you just need to lean into that, right?
100%.
Just lean into like calling people art bros and talking about your like New York City.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right.
Lifestyle.
Just like this show leans into their vampirism teen stuff.
Yeah, there's a place for all that stuff.
Love it. Okay. And I even wrote, okay. I just said okay in real life, and I also typed, okay. So there's a frat party costume murder house, because I was figuring it out on the fly, because the flyer
was not good.
No,
it was just like red and orange, and you couldn't even see all the words. It was bad.
And I was like, yeah, this doesn't make sense. And I was like, no, it totally makes sense. Okay. The professor is there partying with the students, which actually very accurate.
It did happen to me once.
He's pumped to see Bonnie because the college girls are too old for him.
Wait, hold on. I have to clarify. It did happen to me once when I was the student. Because I'm a teacher. I'm not trying to make it weird. When I was a student
in a sorority,
yep, there was a teacher that was at the party, but it was my teacher from high school.
Yeah, which no one put the pieces together on that to get anyone in trouble, but
yeah,
teachers be teaching.
I was not the creep. Just
no.
Yeah.
These guys are the guy teachers are creeps, and they go to these parties with young girls. But my joke was that he's pumped to see Bonnie because the college girls are too old for him.
Yeah. Ooh, finally a high school girl.
Yeah. So he's even creepier than the average creepy guy.
That's quite creepy, and he gets even creepier as the episode goes on.
And you know what? He sort of gets like a superlative, or maybe like he gets let's see, he's not in the number 1 creep spot because we do have roofie guy.
Oh, right.
Elena, you right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just making sure I wasn't yelling into the microphone.
We're all yelling. Look, they can turn it down. Let's yell, and they can turn it down.
Sometimes I'm too loud, sometimes I'm too quiet, y'all. Just that's how it works.
Look, We are passionate about this stuff. Also, we got a snoring pug. We got rain outside. It's gonna freeze overnight. No rugs in the house.
No.
We're crazy. All right, roofie guy, Ash.
Ugh.
She sucks his blood.
Well, no, hold on, pause. I like how Elena is like being so whatever self-righteous or whatever. Like, I don't want to hurt these people. They're good people. I love them. But then she's like, oh, wait, this is a bad guy? I'll suck his blood. Like, and I think
Till he dies.
I think that is a good choice, though. Honestly, like if I'm gonna be a vampire and try to be like a good vampire, quote unquote, but I have to drink blood out of someone's neck and it's kind of like painful for them or weird or whatever, I'm gonna do it to someone that's not that great.
All right, but referencing Taylor Swift once again, what if it's bad blood?
Well, and then you get bad because you drink it?
Yeah. Is that something?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just talking about what you're saying.
Bad blood and then...
Well, he did say if you, earlier when they were in the class, Damon said you don't want to suck the blood of that, like, stoner because you don't want to get the contact high.
Oh, I missed that. I was typing.
So.
That's tight. Oh, yeah.
So maybe you do want that.
My blood type is 420. I don't know. No, that's not good.
420 positive.
Yeah.
Wait, that was good.
That is good.
You didn't give me cred.
I know I'm still trying to punch it up. 420 positive is good. 420 positive is really good. What about
You can't think of anything better. Your mind was the best.
My blood type is 420 positive. Yeah, that's good. That's the best we're gonna do tonight.
That's good. We should be happy.
I'm so elated. All right.
You're just sad that you didn't come up with it. Be honest.
Okay. Yep, you got it. TH. Okay. Ash. But I missed it, so I didn't even have time to prepare. Okay.
I didn't prepare. There's no preparing.
That's off the cuff. She feels good, Ash. She wants... Give me.
More.
Give me.
More.
Give me. All right. Jeremy...
I should have let Kiki do it. Give me, snore pug.
Jeremy is drawing Connor Jordan's tattoo. Like one of his French girls. He set him up at the hospital, which that was good. We remember that, right? Mm-hmm. And Connor casually calls him a sympathizer. Yikes.
Yeah, he's like, how can you see the tattoo and be a sympathizer? I feel like he said sympathizer with like a capital S. Like that's like what these people are called. Yeah,
because he's like hating him for that. Mm-hmm. All right. He doesn't know Jack, someone says. All right. Connor tells his story. He met someone with a mark, had a desire to kill vampires, ingrained in his DNA. And if I can see the mark, he has potential. And he served in Iraq with him. Which, forget 1110. Let's cut back to Connor Jordan in Iraq with this other vampire hunter. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
And it also explains why he was a really good vampire hunter, because he was kind of like military-esque in his kills.
Probably like a Marine or something.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Truly, that's a great movie. It probably... be culturally insensitive, but like
it might be a little problematic.
But let's not say that. Well, whatever.
Maybe they went under the guise of Iraq stuff, but actually they were there to find vampires, but they couldn't say it, so they said a different thing.
Bin Laden as a vampire. All right, let me just say it. SEAL Team 6. SEAL Team the 5. Okay. Look. Okay.
You said it.
All right.
It's been said.
I want to see it. Okay. They can make the SEAL Team 6 movie
-1.
All right. Bin Laden as a vampire. That's good. Okay. Anyway. But let's get back to
You can at least make an SNL sketch.
Let's just do that. Are you listening, those writers of that one thing.
Those little guys.
Mikey Day, the people who did the
Blood Hand?
The Blood Hand, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mikey Day, Streeter Siddell, and the third person. I know you're listening. Okay.
Because they took our other idea, they're gonna take this one.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the goal. Don't take it, wink, wink.
Yeah. Don't give me a credit and tell Lauren. Okay. The tattoo spreads on him as he kills it. The more vampires they kill, the more tats he gets. Which, same. Right?
That's why you have so many.
Mm-hmm. Stefan and Klaus. I'm so preoccupied with that idea. Okay.
All right, move on.
Stefan and Klaus are also talking about the tattoo. Flashback. Rebecca investigated the tattoo by boning the guy.
Right.
She was like, yeah, I'm going to do some research. Okay.
She had it right.
It's a map, and the sword is the key to reading it. Been there. He wants her to come with him to follow the map. All right, this Alexander.
Yeah, the vampire hunter.
Wants Rebecca.
And he's like, did you decide? And she's like, yeah, I did.
Yeah, she wants to go.
She like fake thinks about it for a second.
He has the very special weapon by the bed for a special vampire.
I know, and she's like, what's this? And he explains it all, and then he daggers her.
He daggers her, and then he daggers her.
Rebecca always gets daggered in such a state of surprise. Like, she's always, like, in love with someone or friends with someone and trusts them, and then they dagger her. I feel bad for
Me too.
For Rebecca. Like, when Elena daggered her in the back before prom or whatever, and she was, like, all dressed up.
Yeah.
She was like, look at my dress. It's so pretty. So sad.
She's a tragic figure.
She is.
She did kill Elena, but...
Well, people do her wrong, and then she doesn't know how to...
She lashes out.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to deal.
And so I hadn't known any of this was coming, and I said, it's that gray and veiny dagger. They put the siblings in their coffins, but then Klaus didn't go in the coffin because of his werewolf side.
Yeah, he was like, I didn't.
Then he killed Alexander and everyone else. He's mad at Rebecca, and he says the tattoo leads to a cure, or she says that, and I wondered, is it the death cure? Remember that? Mm-hmm. Maze Runner?
Yeah.
Did they ever get that death cure? I don't think so.
Well, Stefan should be mad at himself at this point, because instead of killing every single person, he could have, like, put them somewhere, I don't know, and then got Rebecca undaggered, and then Rebecca could have been like, hey, don't kill these guys. They have a map to the cure. But he also acted on impulse and just immediately ripped everyone to shreds before waking up his sister.
Klaus, you mean?
Yeah, Klaus.
Yeah, okay.
But he never takes the blame. He didn't.
No.
He's like, Rebecca, you blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't have been fallen in love. It's like, no, dude.
No, bro.
You could have just, like, chilled out for a second and woke her up before killing everyone. Then she would have told you. And those, whatever tattoos weren't invisible then. But they disappeared when they died.
And then they're appearing on these dudes now, but only to sympathizers and hunters. Mm-hmm. So that's like a evolutionary trait. That's like an evolution joke where it's like...
Well, now we need to keep it secret, so it's going to be invisible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying that Klaus blames Rebecca for everything, but he could have acted differently and they would have found the cure like 900 years earlier.
Yeah, like Eric Clapton or whoever says, before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. One of these guys says that. All right. Okay, you were like, what's this cure? You were asking me?
Yeah, I was asking you to make a Pete-diction.
And a midstream Pete-diction you asked for. I said either a fountain of some sort. Mm-hmm. We love a fountain. Or like they trick someone into killing like a old shriveled up OG and everyone dies.
Yeah, you're saying like the cure is like a wink wink cure. Like the cure is to get rid of vampires, not to make them human.
Like one of these death cures.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Yep.
And so I said, I will never tell you.
You said, I'll never tell. Yep. Ash, when Klaus killed those hunters, the tattoo disappeared, you said. And he said that. Then he didn't see the tats until Connor Jordan, like I said. Now he says he doesn't want Rebecca there, but he made Stefan get her, and she didn't even say anything. He said everything, so why did he want her there?
I know. That's stupid older brother BS.
It is. Klaus wants the cure for Elena to mass produce hybrids, her blood. She wants to cure her vampirism.
Yeah. So she can be back to human doppelganger Elena.
These OGs wish they had friends, I said.
They do.
Klaus wants the sword to decipher the tattoos. Stefan wants to cure Elena. Also, I think I even write this later, but like Stefan's like, yeah, I want to cure Elena. What about yourself, bro?
That's what Rebecca asks him later.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's so worried about Elena turning off her humanity.
Oh my gosh, the humanity switch.
He's like putting his trauma on her.
Also, the theme of this whole series is people having conversations about Elena right in front of her, and her being like, hey.
I know. This happens all the time in education. Parents and teachers always try to have conversations about kids in front of kids, and it's horrible. It's one of the first things I learned as a teacher was that you either have them when they're not there because you're trying to like problem solve for them and they don't need be a part of it, or you include them in the conversation. You don't talk about someone in front of someone without including them, especially if you think that they have a disability and they're not understanding you. It's so rude. It's so inappropriate. Don't do it. That's my PSA.
Yep.
And I can teach you how to do it correctly if you want. I know you know, but I mean the they.
The they. And also, it's like...
drives me insane.
Yeah, it's like you think your kid doesn't understand, or you just don't even see them as a person. So you're like, I'm talking this real person and this fake person.
Yeah.
Like even not to reduce like a child to a dog, but even when I'm talking about like our dog, I'm like, and I
you like at least gesture to her or whatever.
Yeah, she and what do you think? And then she snores, and then that's it. But
you need to include the person or speak when they're not around. Like when I have meetings with parents and they bring their kids, but their kid isn't supposed to be in the meeting, I'm always like, so where is so-and-so going? Are they going to wait in the hall? Are they going to wear their headphones? Like, because otherwise now we're going to have a meeting with your child, and I don't think that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, you can't just speak over someone's head just while they're right there.
No.
That's what they do to Elena.
I know, it's ridiculous.
By all counts, a grown woman.
She is a teenager, but almost she's 18.
I don't know. I remember Caroline's 18th birthday. I don't remember Elena's. It's in the theme song.
And I'm 18. Forever.
We're gonna stay 18 forever.
'Cause we're vampires and forever.
Wearing leather. What?
Who knows? Okay, where are we at? I got mad for a minute.
Ash. If nothing else, we're educating people with this podcast.
That's all I'm saying. That's my literal job title.
Yep. Mine is entertainer. Oh, I do have a plug.
It's not time.
I know. Remind me of that.
Okay, I'm like, wait a minute.
Either a fountain of some sort. Yeah. Okay.
You were like, oh, why isn't Stefan saying he's gonna cure himself?
Yeah. Okay. The professor back at college. Ash, did you ever have a blue shirt that said college in white print on it?
You did.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, my pitch was, and it has since been done by like College Humor or whatever, was community college.
Yeah.
I invented that before it existed.
I thought you maybe got one from the thrift store and you were like, ironically.
No.
Because that sounds like you.
That's too low. Too low for me.
You did have a very good bro shirt idea.
Still do.
Yeah.
The professor has Graham's stuff.
Right.
Bonnie is in her costume and he's in jeans, so it's like a typical frat party, I said. Graham's had a first edition Cujo. That rules. I just read Cujo last year.
And now you love Graham's even more.
And some family photos. Those aren't as important to me. The professor is a true believer and asks if Bonnie practices. She says no. He's not a warlock, Ash. Mm-hmm. He's a guy with an open mind.
Yeah, like totally open. Don't tell anyone, though.
Willing to pass things along to her. I said, I bet. Ash, let's talk about Cujo for probably like 30 minutes.
No.
Elena is dancing with college kids and sucking their necks.
This does look like fun, though, actually.
They're playing a real song. I feel so close to you right now.
Yeah, like a force field. Which I didn't know that's Calvin Harris. I only know because it came up in the subtitles.
Calvin Harris. It was on the nose. They played a little on the nose music.
Yeah.
Calvin Harris kind of cranks, okay. They didn't, and they used a mainstream Calvin Harris, not a bootleg Frey. Damon is sucking necks also, and then they dance together. They feel so close to you right now.
I bet you when they pitched this idea in the writer's room, they got super excited. Unless it was in the book, but I don't know. I didn't read the books. But to have this cover for being able to just be sucking necks and dripping blood, because we know how messy Elena is when she drinks blood. She's gotten it all over many bathrooms.
Yeah, she's always in the bathroom spilling coffee all over herself.
And wiping up the messiest blood ever. But here she can just let it drip. No one knows. Which I know it's a common trope for like horror movies to be at a Halloween party and people are in scary things and they're killing. Mm-hmm. But this is a little bit different. And I think it is a fun way to just be like, I'm a vampire sucking these necks, and it's like regular. No one notices.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I feel like it's satisfying in that way.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's not a Halloween party, as we know. It's a frat murder party that would happen. I'm sure.
And there would be people sucking necks, but and just not like drain their blood.
Look, if they did it in 2022, it'd be a Dahmer party, right? Mm-hmm. Dahmer on Netflix. Ryan Murphy.
Also, we know the child actor that is in that show. So, yeah, watch Dahmer. Support.
People are mad at it. We haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
So don't watch it.
Well, I want to support that guy.
Okay. Okay. Elena, Bonnie sees them vibing.
Yeah. Elena sees Bonnie for 1 second and she's immediately like, oh, I'm busted.
Elena says, I gotta get out of here.
She's like, why am I having so much fun with Damon? He's not my boyfriend.
Jeremy's still drawing the tat. Klaus tells him to hurry up. Klaus is mad. Okay. There's more tattoo. The more vampires he kills, the more tattoo.
Yeah, because Klaus is like, where's the rest?
Yeah. And Connor Jordan feels like busting loose.
Yeah.
He bites the hybrid's ear to get his earring.
His barbell earring,
His barbell cartilage piercing.
Totally the 2000s.
To pick the lock. It's pretty brazen of him. Elena wishes she was with Steph and not Damon. Damon hears that. She was having fun. Now she's a different person. All right. Hunt, feed, and kill. Is that like snatch, eat, and whatever it was?
Erase.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Bonnie and Damon talk about Elena right in front of her.
Again.
He can feed because it's fun for him, not like Stefan, who is all shameful about it.
And you were like, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right, Stefan pulls out the brothers bond. Okay. Rebecca comes in. She's angry at Klaus. She wanted the cure, the death cure, perhaps. Stefan wants an eternity with Elena. Elena, though, will kill. She may be a ripper, Ash. He wants her to not turn off the humanity switch. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, is that the next Bourne identity? The humanity switch.
Maybe so.
Or maybe the next Mission Impossible.
There you go.
He'd do anything to save her, Ash.
And this is when he talks about, but, you know, I do want her to grow old, and if I could get the cure, I will grow old with her too, so that we can be buried.
Yes,
next to
okay.
each. So he, like, has all these buzzwords that he's putting out there, so that Rebecca is like, yes, that's what I did. And she divulges that she buried Alexander with his sword.
Yep.
And at the church where they were planning on getting married. So she tells Stefan everything that Klaus wanted her to tell him, but Klaus wouldn't get it from her or didn't ask her right. But Klaus is actually pretty smart for getting Stefan to do this investigative work, because Stefan said like nothing and he got all the information from Rebecca.
He did, which he seemed like a weirdo at first.
Yeah.
But he got it all. But then Klaus pops up with the dagger. Stefan betrayed Rebecca, which that's not, I mean, Stefan, that's shady of Stefan.
It is shady of Stefan, and he did it on purpose, and he did betray Rebecca, but also Rebecca was kind of loose-lipped. Like, she didn't have to divulge.
And also Stefan will never forgive her and hates her and whatever he said.
Yeah, but I agree that, like, if I was Rebecca, I would be mad at Stefan because he was saying all that just to get her to say it.
And then Klaus stabs her, and she gets gray and veiny.
I do want to say, though, too, that I feel like Rebecca told on herself a little bit because she was like, wait a minute. You were just saying that so I could tell you that I buried him with she could have been like, but that's not what I did. Well, and you'll never know or something. Like, she could have just tried to at least play it off like she.
Well, Stefan says, which, okay, hold on. Is this true? Stefan says he could grow old and have children and die with Elena and be buried with her. So yes, he'd take the cure. Is that true? Or is he just saying that to get Rebecca above all that?
Or both.
Because a just kidding but serious? A classic just kidding but serious scenario?
I like that you gave it that qualification, like, in your mind, that there's, like, you can tell the truth, you can trick someone, or you can be just kidding but serious.
Yes. When
those are the three options.
When Ben Stiller's character in Dodgeball had the thing of him grabbing the bull by the horns, and he said that actually happened, just kidding but seriously.
Did you call him Biden Stiller?
Joe Biden Stiller.
I think you did.
Ben Stillers.
Yeah.
He's part of the Steelers Pittsburgh team.
Stillers. Go Stillers.
If he is saying that to lie to Rebecca, kind of messed up.
And that's why she gets mad.
If he's saying that truthfully, but also to treason her, also kind of messed up. And a third thing, also messed up. Any way he does it is bad. Like, if he's just, right? If it's true or a lie.
What's wrong with it if it's true? But if he's just...
Because he's telling her the truth to still learn about where that sword is at.
What if he was only saying it to be true, and then Rebecca assumed that he was doing...
Because he knows Klaus is right there, though.
Klaus isn't there.
Klaus pops up and stabs her.
Oh, yeah, he's around the corner.
Yeah. So if he's saying it for real, knowing that she'll say it, and then she'll get stabbed, that's still messed up.
Well, there's definitely got to be a scene that happened that we don't get to see where Klaus is like, this is the specific information you need to get from Rebecca. And so you should phrase it in this way or whatever.
All right, well, we'll see what his intentions are. Next episode. Okay, she gets green and veiny. Klaus is going to get the sword. The hybrids will keep an eye on Connor. No one must know about the cure. It could mean all of our deaths. Is it a death cure? We're not sure.
That's funny, though, that he says it that way. And then, but also, it's smart to be like, don't tell anyone because, yeah, that's a big deal. Because other vampires would be like, hey, we want to find this cure first. And then, it'd be like a race to the cure.
It might be like they're running through a maze. And perhaps
To find the death cure?
find the death cure, and summertime in Georgia could be a scorch trial. Okay.
So Maze Runner is actually, what's it called? When it's like the originals and all those are what's of...
Prequel?
No, like a offset. Maybe offset.
R.I.P. Offset.
Of the show.
I mean, you had to bring him up. Sorry, hold on. You take
It's not funny.
I'm not laughing. It's truly so sad.
I know,
a
but...
spinoff.
Yes, thank you.
Did you say spank you?
No, I didn't.
Talking about spanking me while I'm being sad about the Migos? Ash. We're off the rails.
Oh my gosh.
Damon brings Elena home. Elena says sorry things got heated at the party. Where's Bonnie? Did she just go up to get Cujo? Did she not come home? Is she reading Cujo with this professor? Oh my gosh. First edition, though? Elena wants to be like Damon, and I believe in that, to like be chilling, just kind of drink blood and not be a Ripa. Mm-hmm. A Kelly Ripa.
Yeah.
Stefan is there. I feel like they say that in front of him, and he's like, what?
Well, Stefan opens the door, and he's got vampire hearing.
Yeah. And
so he walks up like, oh, hey, but he heard the whole thing.
He was hanging out with Jeremy. Jeremy's nowhere to be seen. He's sketching. He's sketching tats.
Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, maybe I'll be a tattoo artist.
Ooh, he should be.
I drew that one time.
He puts a little bit of blood in the ink for some reason.
So he'll do vervain tats.
Oh, Ash. That's tight. She's all yours, Damon says about Elena to Stefan.
The double meaning.
But also just she's an object still. Mm-hmm. He asks her what happened. She learned how to feed without hurting someone. She doesn't think she'll survive being a vamp. And now he really wants that cure, perhaps.
Yeah, he's like, just hold on.
The hybrid comes in and Connor Jordan chokes him out and rips his head off.
Yeah, he grabs that bar that his arms are connected to and pulls it so hard against his neck that he chops his head off with like a round, dull bar.
Ugh. And his tattoo grows.
Yeah. We're like, yay, we wanted the tattoo to grow.
Yay.
Yay, he killed that guy.
All right, the professor has part of the tattoo in his office on the wall as an art piece. Mm-hmm. Connor Jordan walks in and says, why did you send me to Mystic Falls? What?
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Is this 2 of the 5?
We don't know yet.
Ash, how many fangs?
It was kind of confusing to the viewer, the average viewer. I would say maybe like a 1.25 because I like the party scene. I do think it was fun and they were having fun. It was like carefree stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't like how people talk in front of Elena about Elena.
Yep.
And some other stuff was kind of annoying, but yeah, that's where I'm at. 1.25 fangs.
I think I'm at 1.420.
420 positive.
Yep. Ash, Pete-dictions. Okay. I don't know because this professor and this Connor Jordan are throwing me. Mm-hmm. Obviously, this true believer. descendant of original hunter Aaron?
Alexander. I like that you were so dedicated to Aaron.
Maybe so.
Okay.
Maybe so.
Okay.
Maybe so. Okay, he's done his own research, which, as we've learned, is a really good thing. And so he did his own research, found a death cure, and
You're set on the death cure thing, it seems.
he's done the Scorch trials. He's run the mazes. He found Connor Jordan. Did he inject Connor Jordan with the blood of his forefather to give him the 5 tendencies? And now Connor Jordan's tattoo is growing over his body as the blood of... What's this professor's name? We don't know.
I don't remember.
Professor Creeps a Lot.
What did you think about this sword?
Well, probably there's 100 bad guys with swords, as we learned from Aladdin. The sword is buried with Alexander. It's probably gonna be in like Delaware or something. Nothing is far away ever. It's like, yeah, we live in Mystic Falls, Virginia, and we're going to Wichita State up in like whatever. It's probably down the road. The white oak ash tree was somewhere close.
What about Stefan? Do you think he's gonna hate Damon forever?
No.
He'll be mad at him for life.
He's gonna forgive everybody. Rebecca's gray and veiny currently.
Is Matt gonna keep his truck?
We will never see Matt's truck unless it's like a Ford.
What if it was a Ford Escape? It was Elena's old truck.
Yeah, she just gave
He got it out of the water.
Matt Elena's old SUV. I feel like Rebecca would say a truck for a truck. No.
Yeah, I think so too.
She didn't say I got you a new vehicle. But that's neither here nor there, Ash.
Right.
Ash.
What you had a plug? You said.
Ash. This comes out on the day that a television show that I had quite the hand in also premieres.
Is it this Thursday or next Thursday?
I'm putting this out this Thursday.
Oh, you're making that. It's also the date of our child's birth.
I'm not plugging my child's birth.
I know, but to me, it's so funny that you're super excited, but it's also that day as well.
Well, different lanes, Ash.
I know. We love you for it.
My plug is people should get on World of Wonder, aka WoW Presents Plus.
Yes.
World of Wonder has an app, WoW Presents Plus.
A streaming app.
A streaming app. You get the app. It's like $5 or $7 a month, and you can watch my show, Painted with Raven, Season 2.
I'm excited to watch it.
I worked really hard on that show. I'm a producer on that show. I worked all summer cutting that show with some talented editors. It's a makeup competition show. The makeup artists are incredible. Raven is an Emmy Award-winning makeup artist. She does RuPaul's makeup.
Yes.
All the time. She just travels around with RuPaul and does her makeup. Won an Emmy. Won many Emmys.
She's fabulous.
But now she's the host. She has her own show. This is season 2 of her show, Painted with Raven, makeup competition show. It's like that one on Netflix or whatever, but better. WoW Presents Plus, season 2, Painted with Raven.
And you can see your name in the credits.
I assume, I don't know how that app works, but
Well, sure it is. Or at least you can look at the credits on the internet.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
I did the work.
That was your job.
It's a good show.
I'm excited. We got to go to DragCon and meet a couple people that
From season 1.
that from season 1 that were on the show.
Yep.
And it's just a fun vibe and really talented peeps.
That's my plug. Ash, what's your plug?
I had a baby that day, 7 years before. Also exciting. Good night.
Big day.